$1,500 and I am going to start a jewelry brand with only $1,500 using Gildform.
I'm Karissma Yve, and I'm the founder and CEO of Gildform. Gildform is the world's first all-in-one, on-demand jewelry design and manufacturing platform that helps creators like you design, produce, and fulfill jewelry products starting with just an idea.
It all started in my basement on the west side of Detroit in Brightmoor. So I was in my basement and decided that I wanted to make my first cast metal piece of jewelry. I was a teenager pouring molten metal, and it was that power that I felt from turning an idea into reality. It felt incredible. One thing led to another, and I was invited to showcase my collections during Paris Fashion Week, which is, Black girl in Paris was a dream come true. As I was growing my business, scaling the jewelry company, and doing all of those things all at once as one person was a lot. And so from there, I decided that I needed help. I needed a manufacturing partner to help me bring my visions to life. I had a vision of a partner that provided me this all-in-one support, this wraparound support from design, production, fulfillment, financing, right? Like I had this vision that really did not exist. And so I needed to be the one to create it. And that's where Gildform comes in. So I have $1,500 and I am going to start a jewelry brand with only $1,500 using Gildform. What actually inspired this challenge was that I would often talk to creators using our platform. I think there is that I need to have this super high budget to get started. I need all of these things in place to get started. I want to show you, and I want to put myself to the test to see, can I start a jewelry brand with just $1,500? And we're gonna go through this process throughout work in progress.
I literally have a budget of $1,500, and you'll get to see what it is that I'm creating, how I'm creating, the process, the behind the scenes, and then also the process of growing and scaling that brand once I have it all set up. Ouro Kin is this concept that I came up with for my brand. The name comes from Ouro, which means gold, and Kin meaning family. And so this idea of building this golden family or this golden community within this jewelry brand, it's gonna feel both like ancient as well as futuristic in some of the designs. In the first collection, you're gonna be able to see how I come up with these ideas. So you really get a chance to get into how jewelry brands are started by watching me do it firsthand, by creating a jewelry brand, Ouro Kin, from scratch. You will have me to guide you through the process, show you what I'm doing, and then I'll also have you to provide feedback, ideas, comments to help in the creation of this jewelry brand. And get this, we're exclusively using Gildform to design and produce the products. Irrespective of the industry that you're in, you can apply these things that we're going through in your own way. Using a platform like Gildform completely democratizes how a creator engages and gets started within the jewelry industry. We make it so accessible for anybody to start with just an idea, and even if you have a limited budget, be able to work and create in the confines of that. And so that's what you're gonna see in work in progress while I'm building this brand, Ouro Kin. So this idea of turning something into gold really is this exploration of how can you really make the most out of your life, adding value, adding meaning, and that's what this is about. When starting a brand, most creators struggle with wanting to have it all figured out all at once. It's okay to do things step by step by step. You don't have to have everything figured out all at once. Start building with what you have. Look at the tools that are available to you. Look at how you can maximize print on demand. Look at how you can maximize and access things like financing through Gildform. When defining a brand concept, it's great to really understand who it is that you're creating for. Really get into their worlds. I like to start with Pinterest and build mood boards and really start to explore what my target or ideal customer persona, what type of things are they doing? I like to have these really creative moments of exploration to get to know my target customer a bit more.
When you're starting a business, you want to make sure that you have a solid foundation. And one big part of that is how you incorporate your business. And so I've set up my business as an LLC in my state. I've registered for an EIN, tax ID number. I will also be going to the bank to set up a business checking account. This is super critical for having a solid financial foundation for this business. When I go set up my bank account for Ouro Kin, I'll go ahead and make a deposit that I'll use to really scale and grow my business. What you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you consult with a licensed professional. So that means reaching out to a licensed attorney as well as an accountant to be able to support you through this process. So I'm printing out all of the stuff that I need to set up this bank account. So when you go to the bank and you're setting up all your stuff, you wanna make sure that you have everything together, because nothing's worse than like going to a place and not being ready and prepared with having all the things that you need. We're at Huntington Bank. So I chose Huntington because how super small business friendly it is. So I'm waiting to set up this account and I have a meeting at like now. That's the thing about trying to do two things at once, but also trying to build multiple things. It's about balancing. So I'm just gonna take the meeting while I'm in the waiting room. I just set up my business account. The next thing I need to do is wait for my debit card. When I place my order or make my payment for my designs on Gildform, I'm gonna need a debit card to do that because it is online. So I'm gonna wait to get that and then we'll get started on the designs.
The design process with Gildform is so simple. All you need is an idea to start. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with an idea. I'm actually then going to use my idea to generate an image using our AI tool, Gildform. Now this image is gonna be a reference image that's used to create the 3D model. So once I have my reference image generated and that's all ready to go, I'm then going to create a design project. When I create a project, I'm gonna choose the item type. In this case, I'm starting with some earrings. I have some really statement earrings that I'm excited to create. I'm then gonna add a description, describing the design a bit further so that I can make sure that the jewelry cat designer really understands what I'm trying to achieve with this design. And then I'm gonna add some dimensions for the earrings, making note of any assembly details as well. Once all of that's done, I'm gonna confirm my project and then I'm gonna invite from my matched designers on my platform, I'm gonna invite them to submit an offer and let me know how much it's gonna cost to have the 3D model created and then how long it's gonna take. Once this project is created, I'm gonna start chatting back and forth on the design marketplace until I'm happy with the design. If I ever have any issues or questions about whether or not this design is optimized for production, I love that I can just tag Gildform into the chat and then get any guidance and feedback on production optimization. With a prompt like a gold-plated stainless steel earring inspired by futuristic ancient Egypt and 90s hip-hop bamboo earring with a scarab incorporated in the design as bas-relief. If you want to know how that design is going to look when it's worn, enter in Midjourney, which is a tool that would allow for me to visualize how each piece would look on models, ensuring the scale, the drape, and then just the overall aesthetic to ensure that it's just right. Each statement earring from Ouro Kin is really this journey through time. The ancient symbolism of the scarab representing transformation and protection, while also melding the seamless and bold and unapologetic vibe of the 90s hip hop, inspired by this bamboo earrings, which I loved growing up. I wanted to capture and really create this new concept and this new visual representation of this ancient Egyptian backdrop to this 90s hip hop scene. A business model is about answering the big questions. how am I gonna make money, who's gonna buy my jewelry, and then how am I gonna get it into their hands. You really wanna start with identifying a customer, setting a price point, deciding where to sell, and determining how you're gonna get the word out about your business. So first up, I need to see who's buying. Ouro Kin is crafting for those who seek exclusivity, who want to really wear a story, and a customer who values limited edition, high quality jewelry that's not just an accessory, but is also a statement, a piece of art, and a tiny revolution dangling from a necklace or earring. With Ouro Kin, my business model is as follows. I have a product. My product is gonna be exclusive and limited edition jewelry. The design inspiration has a fusion of ancient world curiosities and futuristic visions. So the materials are gonna be predominantly gold-plated and stainless steel with some vermeil sprinkled throughout, which is sterling silver and a very thick, high-quality level of gold plating on the surface. As far as authenticity goes, each piece is gonna come with a laser-etched metal authenticity card. In terms of the pricing strategy, it's premium and tiered at the same time. So I'm aiming for standard items that are in the $300 to $500 range, and then statement items that are over $600. And so within the scarcity and exclusivity, the limited availability drives demand and justifies this premium pricing. The sales platform that I'm choosing is online first. With e-commerce, I'm gonna be utilizing a sleek, user-friendly online store with Shopify and producing and fulfilling with Gildform print-on-demand Shopify app exclusively. And so the way that the app works is that when I have my Gildform account, have the ability to publish my designs directly to my Shopify store. Once I'm happy with my product design, I then am going to publish my product to Shopify, where I get to set my selling price and my descriptions, and then add any product images as well. I'm choosing Shopify because Shopify is a global leader in e-commerce. It is packed with incredible apps in this marketplace like Gildform print-on-demand Shopify app that allows for me to really focus on scaling my e-commerce business. The cool thing about it is that I don't have to invest in a significant amount of development. I can use a template that is already available, but the idea is that I'm not gonna be spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on coding and developing a website. It's all there. Everything that I need is right inside of the platform, and I can manage everything in a beautiful, seamless, compact way. So I'm gonna ensure this worldwide availability and purchase, and then I wanna offer some flexible payment options so that I can cater to a wider audience. So I'm gonna see how I can integrate to some buy now, pay later inside of my Shopify store, because I recognize that my price points for the jewelry are gonna be like a premium, right? And so I wanna make sure that I make it accessible for those that wanna pay for it over time. And so that's buy now, pay later. In terms of my marketing and promotion strategies, I'm going with influencer and scarcity driven. I'm going to be gifting 8 to 11 units per design to influencers so that I can create a buzz of this new product. And with scarcity marketing, I'm gonna highlight the limited availability of each design so that I can drive this sense of urgency. As it relates to community building, I'm gonna be engaging the customers to be a part of the kin and share their styling of their pieces. And so that's how I start to build community. In terms of customer service, I really wanna ensure this seamless purchase and post-purchase experience. For new collections and collaborations, I'm gonna be continuously innovating, launching new and exclusive collections. I'm also gonna leverage Gildform's technology for design and production scalability. So there you have it, this breakdown that encapsulates these core facets of Ouro Kin's business model. It's intertwining exclusivity, premium pricing, influencer marketing, and also community buildings, all while leveraging some of the most cutting edge AI design tools and production tools as well. So make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned to see what it is that we're gonna be creating next with Ouro Kin on Work in Progress.